Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you my presentation on new education policy, that is National Education Policy, and this is given by CBSE to senior most classes in 2021. So let's begin with presentation. And my today's topic is the National Education Policy, which is also known as the New Education Policy, NEP. Firstly, I'm having content page on which I wrote about topics which I'm going to cover in this presentation. The new education policy was launched at 4 pm on Wednesday, 29 July 2020. This was launched by the Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This policy replaced the 34-year-old national policy on education, aim to introduce several changes in India education system from school to college level. The NEP, that is the National Education Policy 2020, aims at making India a global knowledge superpower. It means to make people of India more knowledgeable in whole the world. So, history of national education policies. The national education policy is changed three times. First time in 1968 under D.S. Kothar, second time in 1986 by Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi respectively, and third time in 2020 by Narendra Modi. So, next I'm having highlights of new education policy 2020. First point I'm having schooling will start at the age of 3 years. Earlier, schooling was mandatory for children between the age of 6 and 14 years. However, under the National Education Policy, education will be compulsory for children between the age of 3 and 18 years. Second point I am having 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 curriculum and teaching structure. Now one question will raise in your mind that what is this? As per new education policy of 5334 outlined in NEP 2020, that it means that the children will spend 5 years in foundational stage, 3 years in preparatory stage, 3 years in middle stage, and 4 years in secondary stage. The new education policy aims to shift from decades old 10 plus 2 format to a 5 plus 3 plus 3 4 system, keeping in mind a child's development and capabilities. Third point I'm having emphasis on mother tongue as medium of instruction. The National Education Policy puts emphasis on a children's mother tongue as the medium of instruction. However, the National Education Policy only recommends the mother tongue as the medium of instruction. It has not been made compulsory. Fourth point we are having is ECCE, that is Early Childhood Care Education. Early childhood care and education is more than preparation for primary school. It aims at the development of child's social, emotional, and physical needs in order to build a solid and broad foundation for lifelong learning and well-being. Fifth point we are having is no rigid separation between science, arts, and commerce streams. Under the National Education Policy, there will be no stiff separation between arts, science, between curricular and extracurricular activities, between vocational and academic streams. Students can select subjects of their liking across streams. Next, we are having internships and vocation education from class 6. The NEP, that is National Education Policy 2020, states that vocational education will start in schools from the 6th grade and will include internships. Seventh point we are having is focus on attaining foundational literacy and numeracy. A national mission on foundational literacy and numeracy will be set up by the Education Ministry. By 2025, states will prepare an implementation plan for attaining universal foundational literacy and numeracy in all primary schools for all students by grade 3. Eighth point we are having is board exams to have low stakes. It means that board exams for grade 10th and 12th will be redesigned and a new national assessment center, that is performance assessment review analysis of knowledge development, will be set up as standard setting body. The changes in the board structure which seek to make the exams of a test of core will be implemented from the 2021 academic session. Next, that is ninth point we are having is reduction in curriculum to core concepts. Now, the policy states that curricular content will be reduced to enhance essential learning and critical thinking, and greater focus will be on experience learning. 10th point, that is last one of this policy, is education of gifted children. Emphasis will be given on socially and economically disadvantaged groups, that is SEDGs, which include gender, social culture, and geographical identities and disabilities. This includes setting up of a gender inclusion fund and also special education zones for disadvantaged regions. The policy states that children with disabilities will be able to attend regular school from the foundational stage to higher education with support of educators with cross disability training and technology based on tools tailored to suit their needs. So, with this, I have completed with highlights and I have explained each and every point which is covered in this new policy. Next, we are having advantages of new education policy. So, what are the advantages of this policy? It is having many advantages, that universalization of education from preschool to secondary level with 100% GER in school education by 2030. GER in higher education to be raised to 50% by 2035. 3.5 crore seats to be added in higher education. No rigid separation between academic streams, extracurricular, vocational stream in schools. Vocational education to start from class 6 with internships. Teaching up to at least grade 5 to be in mother tongue regional language. New 5334 school curriculum with 12 years of schooling and 3 years of preschooling has been introduced in this new education policy. Next, as we know, everything have two sides like a coin, and as like that, this new education policy is also having two sides, one of advantages and one full of disadvantages. So let's see what are disadvantages, or I would say negatives, of NEP 2020. India has the problem of a disturbing teacher and student ratio. So, introducing mother language in academic institutions for each subject is a problem. This is simply because finding a competent teacher is a challenge at times. And now the challenge is to bring study material in mother languages. So, with this, we are completed with advantages and disadvantages. Next in this slide, I have written some my views which I want that there must be some changes in India education system. Firstly, rote learning. Now the question will raise in your mind that what is rote learning? Rote learning is a memorization of information based on repetition. For example, memorizing the alphabets, numbers, multiplication table, etc. Next, evaluation system. What is that? That is, a performance evaluation system is a systematic way to examine how well an employee is performing in his or her job. Next, that is third one we are having technology based learning. What is that? Technology based learning, that is TBL, constitutes learning via electronic technology including the internet, video conference, etc. Last one we are having, not these I have written here my views according to my, I want these changes in this India education system, that are equal respect to all subjects. Like they were saying to just give respect to mother tongue. No, if we are going to go foreign, then our mother tongue will not help there. So we have to give equal respect to each and every subject, including math, science, English, each and every subject. So next, I am having conclusion at last. What is the conclusion of the same? It is a good policy. It aims at making the education system flexible and more helpful by the and it tell the needs of 21st century and the students and 2030 sustainable development goals. The intent of policy seems to be ideal in many ways, but it is the implementation where lies the key to success. So with this, I have covered my each and every topic in this. Thank you so much for giving your precious time to me. Thank you very much.